This is Kench again with another Pauper matchup. This is Stompy against... I don't know the name of this deck. It's the one with Reality Acid and recurring things. It's a blue-white, lots of enchantments. I've called it blue-white enchantment, Reality Acid. Um, I think it's a good matchup for Stompy. I think... I'm not 100% sure. I've only done a couple matches. I just want to go through this one quick because mostly what I'm want to think about is that my state of mind during this match went someplace I didn't like. As you may or may not know, I play a lot of poker, and one of the things when you're playing that you want to avoid is something called tilt. Um, people, the general definition of tilt, or the general what people tend to assume is tilt, is when something goes wrong on the table and you start playing crazily or just playing badly because you're upset. That's generally that's tilt, but there are many forms of tilt, and the best definition I think is usually um, something similar to what Tommy Angelo says, is that anytime you're not playing your A game, you're tilting. Um, so you either want to be aware that you're not playing your best game and either correct it or stop playing or doing something like that. But certain things in Magic tend to put me on tilt, and I think I started to do that in this match, and I would like to not do that. So Kabir Crossroads, good. When I saw that, it could either be Boros Kitty, um, bunch of white decks. I didn't really know what it was, but you know, Nettle Sentinel in my hand. Nettle Sentinel go. Island. Lone Missionary. When Lone Missionary enters the battlefield. How come my preview pane went away? That's just not... That is not what I wanted to see. You gain 4 life. Okay. So I'm thinking, I hope this isn't a life gain deck, although that might be good against Stompy, I don't know. I don't know any life gain decks. Well, I guess there's the Soul Sister as well. So I still wasn't quite sure what I was playing against. Now this was... I'm not sure what I was... I feel like I should always... Sitting back on a Nettle Sentinel feels wrong to me. And I think I just wanted to see if he would try to pump on his block, and if he did, I'd pump back. But I have a Skulk, a Sentinel, a Young Wolf, a Shin, and a Ranger. I got plenty of creatures, so I don't really mind trading here. And what I was hoping is that he would avoid the trade and let me hit him, and then I could get a Pit Skulk down with a counter on it. But maybe that's too hopeful. But it just feels wrong to sit back on the Nettle Sentinel. Especially since I play another one and a Carrion Ranger, which they make a good team. Reality Acid. Oh, so that's what I'm playing, and he targets the Nettle Sentinel. Nuts. Okay, this doesn't make me very happy. So my plan now was, well, let's get punching while the punching's good. Figure to throw a Groundswell on him and other things. Alright, so there's a forest. Groundswell, the Nettle Sentinel. And now I'm going to get the Skulk down here. But see, he's already at 26 from 2 from the Kabir Crossroads, 4 from the Missionary. I had forgotten about that, so I hit him and I was like, 19. Oh, man. So I'm already a little, I misread the life totals, and not that it would have mattered. I would have made the same play, but it kind of affected my state of mind. So Pit Skulk and, yeah, Young Wolf. Let's go. What the hell? Rock and roll. Um, so counter off acid. Preordained, so he's fishing for something. Well, he would have played that anyway, but Skyfisher. So now he's going to get the reality acid back, but luckily he doesn't have a ton of mana yet. Fair enough. Oh, the beauty of the Pit Skulk. Creatures with power less than... Hey, why did that go away? Stop that. Creatures with power less than Skargan Pit Skulk's power cannot block it. That's a wonderful clause. So swing in with the wolf and the Pit Skulk here. No, you don't want to do that. Don't, no. Ah, God, don't you guys read the cards? I'm always amazed how often that happens. Okay, he's still got a reality acid in hand, but it cost him 3 to play it. Guardian of the Guild Pact. I've talked about this card, and I don't have an answer for it in this deck either. But Pit Skulk gets past it, so I wasn't really too worried about it. Right now, I'm just like everything's kind of riding on the Pit Skulk. So, oh look, a Groundswell. So I think you do a Kiran Ranger trick, relay the forest. Oh, I misclicked on this. What I did was I tapped the mana to play the Groundswell, and I thought about it. Do I really want to play Groundswell? And then I said, yeah, I do. And so I tapped a forest again. So I ended up over, which is silly because now I can't play the Shinin. So this is kind of a mistake. Already you could tell I'm kind of like not making optimal decisions here, and part of it is something about reality acid kind of just annoys me, but and this little interaction with the kicks back to hand and the life gain. It's like, shit, this deck's really annoying. So I ended up, I'm not making the best decisions. But all the same, I'm doing okay here. I mean, it's turn 5, and I'm got lethal on the board right now. I mean, he could block it, but... Okay, no land. He ponders. Oblivion Ring. Yeah, that's another annoying spell. So what's he going to target? He hasn't put this on the stack yet. He targets my Rancor. I guess that makes sense because then I don't have unblockable. Well, I'm still not going to be able to swing if he takes this Pit Skulk and I suit up these other two. I mean, now you can block with the Guardian of the Guild Pact to your heart's content. It could be that he misclicked, but I think he should take the Pit Skulk. The other thing this tells me is that he doesn't have another Skyfisher in hand, or that like 1 mana. Oh, that 1 mana bird window. He doesn't have another Skyfisher in hand, because otherwise he would have played the Reality Acid, and then next turn played the thing. But I don't, or maybe he does. This is curious. I would take the Pit Skulk here, because he can block all day long with his Guardian. Although there is trample, but still, that's 3. How would trample work on a protection from monocolored there? Oh, that's a good question. I should look that up. Anyway, I think that's a bad choice. It's not the Rancor that's going to kill you. It's the Pit Skulk. And again, I have Groundswell. I'll just take him to 1 here, right? And play the Shinnin. Ranger Trick. Groundswell. Swing. Cannot be blocked. Shinnin. Okay. You need a whole lot of answers here. Journey to Nowhere. Okay, that's one of my answers. Yeah, this is a tough decision. I think he takes the Shinnin here, but yeah, well, if I get a, yeah. He's got to take care of 2 creatures here. Oh. Or play a creature. Return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. He's going to do the Kabira Crossroads. And get him up to 3. Duh. That's bad news. But the good news is a pump spell will win. That's not a pump spell. The other good news is he can't attack without subjecting himself to lethal damage, and there's no way he's gonna, it's gonna take him a long time to kill me. So, we do nothing. Spreading Seas. Now I was curious about why he played this on his own. Why didn't he play it on one of mine? That's what I would have done. Not that it helps. He's just trying to draw a card, but throw it on one of mine. Because I don't want no island. Okay, Reality Acid with no way to bring it back. He's not going to survive that many turns. Or maybe you could if I keep drawing forests. But I drew a Hunger of the Halpak. So that's game here. Pit Skulk can't be blocked. Game over. So even at that stage, I think that I was getting a little frustrated by it seeming to find a good answer right at the right time, right in time, which I guess for him was pretty lucky. I'm sure he was sweating bullets the whole time, but I didn't react well. I mean, I think I reacted okay. I made that one tapping mistake, which might have in that, if I look at it later, it might have cost me the game at some point. Um, but I'd have to do more analysis on that. But I didn't play very well on that, and some of the other decisions I made were not so good. So you could tell already on the game one, I was just kind of like, I was reacting badly. So we went to game two, and I don't remember if I did any kind of sideboard stuff. What would I have put in? If I look at my sideboard for this deck, that's my wish list. Looking. So my sideboard for this is Fog, Scattershot Archer, Garruk, Fairy Macabre, and Thermokarst. It's possible I brought in some Garruks and took out. What would I take out? I don't remember exactly what my reaction here was. What does me no good here? All these are pretty good. The Ledgewalker isn't so good because he has flyers. But Garruk doesn't. The companion isn't that much. And Scattershot Archer I'd have to draw. I mean his flyers are like 3 toughness, so it'd be tough to get rid of those. So I think I might not even change anything. I can't imagine putting in Thermokarst, and Fog is unnecessary, and there's nothing in the graveyard to worry about. No, I think I probably didn't do anything, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be proven wrong now by what cards show up on my... So, this is Pit Skulk, Ledgewalker, Vines of Vastwood. This is a good hand. I think I keep this. I don't particularly like playing a Pit Skulk turn 1. You'd preferably play it turn 2 where you get the counter, but that's being pretty greedy. Given his creatures, none of them seem to have a power bigger than 2. So if I just put Rancor on a Pit Skulk, I'm going to get through for it no matter what. So I'm pretty sure I keep this. Ponder. The other thing about the blue decks, they always the blue cards always have these kind of like, appeal to make you think you're smarter. I'm pondering about that. Yes, indeed. Thoughtcast, things like that. I just think it's funny. Although I do like a bunch of the blue tricks. I'm not a huge counterspell person, but I'm not against blue. I just think the theme is funny. Yeah, so Pit Skulk. And yeah, this is a very nice card for me. I've been running this main deck because there's so many blue decks out there that it's just, it's nice to have an unblockable creature. And even if I don't have islands, he's still a 2/1 and regenerates, so he's not a dead card by any means. I don't want to have a bunch of them, but I've been putting 2 main deck, so I like them. I like these guys better than the Garruk's Companion. But I don't want him to die, and I don't want things to happen to him. So So I think you just put the Rancor. Well, what do you do here? Could play Rancor and do a Nettle Sentinel. There's no guarantee I'm gonna get another forest, so maybe I play the River Boa. I'm not sure what I do here. Well, okay, Rancor. Get some beats in. He's at 22 already. It's Kabira Crossroads, damn you. And the Sentinel, which is a good card. Reality Acid on my Pit Skulk. So he realizes that Pit Skulks is bad news. Bad news. Bad. But now I have 3. So swing for 5, play the River Boa, and leave up Vine's mana. So I always want to protect this thing, because this is going to win me the game. So I'm not going to go out full on aggro, but I'm going to always try to make sure I'm able to protect it. River Boa. So as you can imagine, my opponent probably was not happy to see that card. Oblivion Ring. Okay. What you targeting, son? Targeting the River Boa. So this is why I keep Vine's mana up. Sorry, no. Like when the green deck tells the blue deck no. Haha. Seven damage incoming, and I drew another Vines. That's a real nice draw. Now I think, well, the Pit Skulk's gonna die soon. Do I use the pump? I could just play the Ledge Walker right away, then use her to pay for the Gather Courage and keep Vine's mana up. Let's hope I do something like that. No. Oh well. I don't know if what I outlined was optimal, but it seems like that would have got him down to 5. That would have got him down to 5 with 5 on board, unless he did something about it. That's probably the best play, but this, you know, I think I'm okay either way here. Okay, so look, you know, he's down to 7. He has nothing on the board. His Oblivion Ring whiffed. He's not going to be able to get any of my other creatures, so I was feeling pretty good here. Thinking, yeah, I can win this. Dreamstalker, okay. That means the Reality Acid goes away, but I get Rancor back, which is awesome. That card is such a pain in the ass for people. And then he plays the Lone Missionary, life gain. Oh. Now you're just messing with me. So he's tapped out though. That's the good thing. And I have a Island Walking River Boa and a unblockable Silhana Ledge Walker. Okay, so I can do 3 damage, but throw the Rancor on my River Boa. I'll see what else I draw. Rancor. Okay, good. So now I can go Rancor, Rancor, swing, and leave out Vines of Vastwood mana. Um, yeah, let's do that. Also, you could play Gather Courage for free with a Nettle Sentinel. Um, is that enough? I only have 3. And Vines of Vastwood isn't a pump unless you pay for 2. So 4, 6, 9. Yeah, I can't kill him. So you just go Rancor, Rancor. And now this should bring it down to 4. And now I think I start really kind of going off the deep end here. It's like, this is really annoying. This guy should be dead. Core Skyfisher. And now I was like, oh, you know what he's going to do? He's going to pull back the missionary and gain 4 life when he replays it. So I was like, oh, God, for Christ's sake, you know. Getting a little annoyed by that. But, I mean, now that I look, yeah, I got, you know, so at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is really, oh, come on. So I was thinking, then I thought, now I'm not really thinking clearly at all. And I'm thinking, well, I can play Vines of Vastwood on his missionary. And then he wouldn't be able to target it. But I thought about it, and I was like, and so oh, I could do that. So I was thinking, oh, that'll solve my problem. So the Skyfisher resolves, and this trigger comes up, and I was hovering over it and looking for a target, and I was like, huh, why? What happens? Does it go on the stack and then he targets it? It's, you know, I couldn't figure out what was going on. So clearly I'm not gonna play Vines of Vastwood yet because nothing's been targeted, and I was like, what the hell? And then it resolves and he picks it up. And I was like, what? Wait a minute. Why didn't I have a chance to do this? So basically, when this resolves and the trigger goes on and the trigger resolves, you just pick it up. It's not targeted. You pick a permanent and take it back. So there's no way for anyone to stop that. You can't. There's no targeting involved, so there's no way for you to respond to it. I didn't know that. I learned that later. And second of all, I mean, that was faulty thinking. But second of all, I was like, well, I have 2 unblockable creatures here and a +4/+4 pump. He's going to be at 8, and I'm going to have 11 coming in. So what was I worried about? And, you know, and this, I had tons of damage incoming. I have 6 in my hand, and 7 unblockable on the board. What do I care about 4 life? So I'm clearly not thinking clearly. Well, redundantly. I am thinking redundantly. So then he taps out. And he plays Lone Missionary, and I'm, crap. And then I remember that I had the vines. Oh, duh. And now I could have just, like, you know, pumped either one of these, but I waited until he blocked for whatever reason, because I was still in angry mood. And I pumped the Silhana and trampled over him to win. But just in case there's some shenanigans still, but there's really nothing to worry about. So, yeah, geez, take a breath. Think. What the heck are you doing? Look at your cards. You know, this was a little bit of rules that I did, you know, that I wasn't intimately knowledgeable. And, you know, really, there's really no reason for you to be 100% knowledgeable of how Core Skyfisher's abilities work. But it made me already a bad state of mind worse. Even though I was like in total control of this game. The Vines of Vastwood were just really ridiculous for me. But yeah, it's just I so I had to stop playing for a while there. It's just like I was acting so irrationally. Um, so that I guess the lesson there is just to realize when that happens and try to think logically and not let certain things get you. Because I do, there are certain decks that I am very happy to beat, and I react emotionally when I win against them, and when they play their weird, what I consider to be weird. I'm not saying that they're weird at all, but and they have certain things within the game elicit emotional responses for whatever reason. Like lots of life gain annoys me sometimes. Lots of countering can be annoying. Uh, Little abusive comes into play and all that kind of stuff. So this deck was like kind of really playing into my uh, annoyance range for whatever reason. Um, and normally I'm not like that, but for this, for whatever reason, it was just like it's like little needles getting at me, even though I'm like totally in control. I mean, I'm winning handily here. It's I'm still at 20. He hasn't touched me, um, and wasn't going to anytime soon. Um, yeah, I just take this as a lesson to keep my mind straight and recognize when you're not thinking optimally, and also just be on the lookout for when this might happen. So if I see another deck like this, if I see another kind of tricky deck, that I should just take a breath, play the game. You'll be okay. All right. Thank you.